Joining us now, the head coach of the Houston Cougars, Todd Buchanan. Todd, good to have you with us today, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Great to be here.
I was afraid I shook your hand, I'd get injured. Last year was probably the oddest year I think I've seen with the number of injuries you had. How difficult was it, not only from the physical standpoint, but just from a mental standpoint, keeping your team in things?
No question. I mean, it was words really can't describe it. Mm-hmm. It was one of those situations that, lose my starting backcourt in the same game at Georgetown, being Porsche Landry and Latasha Tubbs. And, I guess the one thing that I've always said that I'm certainly the most proud of is that from a coaching staff and from the Roxanne Buttons of a year ago, right, we made a commitment that we weren't going to let circumstance change us mm-hmm. and change who we are and the focus and the vision of where we're going. And although the record didn't, certainly didn't pan out the way we wanted it to, I know that we stayed true to that course as far as being people.
One of the things you and I were just talking about a moment ago is the fact that, okay, you had last year, which was obviously a very difficult year, but getting the team to forget that and becoming mentally tough and putting that behind them, but yet bringing lessons from that, is that something you've had to stress this year?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, no question. I think the kind of what we were alluding to earlier, the whole mental toughness part of it, the whole mindset, and it has completely changed. Certainly have had a roster overhaul as well, but mm-hmm. at the same time, 2 years ago, 26-6 right. to 3-26, mm-hmm. but we're the same coaching staff. We're the same coaches. Players come and go in our business, but at the same time, that that we still instill those same philosophies and not only about basketball, but certainly the more important the lessons of life.
I want to get back to the fact you have a lot of new players, but to me, Porsche Landry, there was a point that they thought she'd never ever play basketball again, and yet she's coming back.
Again, when I darted off the bench when we were at Georgetown mm-hmm.
After
the collision, I had I guess at least 4 doctors. Right after the game, went straight to the hospital, didn't leave her. After talking to the neurologist, I had a lot of doubts myself, and it was devastating that it happened, and I thought that was just the beginning of it. And so, the kid couldn't even go to class. She couldn't even be in light. She couldn't nothing but basically stay in a dark room, stay in her bedroom, go home, and stay in bed. And literally from the point in time of injury being released, us flying back within a 48-hour period to watching her now is really, it does all of our hearts a lot of good.
She's not going to be tentative, because that would be the one thing that you would think, that somebody might be a little tentative coming back from a serious injury like that.
And you're right, but not Porsche.
Not Porsche.
No, she's got that incredible gift of knowing one speed and one speed only, and it's a gear that most don't have. And it's mm-hmm. somewhere around probably gear 8 or 9 or 10, more like Lamborghini, but she's Porsche, so.
She's a Porsche, okay.
Exactly.
You talk about all the newcomers, and I think it's 6 freshmen, correct?
Yes.
So when they see somebody like her, what does that mean to some of these freshmen, that this young lady's coming back from the serious injury and I'm coming into this program new? Sets the bar pretty high for them, doesn't it?
Oh, I think without question it does. I think it shows to be quite frank, I think it shows the things that you really can't coach, the intangibles mm-hmm. of the mental toughness. You may take something for granted, I think, is the big lesson right. that you learn as an athlete. You hear it a lot. Don't take a practice for granted. Don't take your freshman year, your sophomore year for granted. And to really see what Portia's done and how she's handled it, and the lessons that have been learned, and continuing to teach to our youngsters, I think that's what they all take from it, is they look at her and go, wow.
Yeah. You had one of the best recruiting classes in our final minutes here. We've talked about Porsche, obviously, but tell us the new names that maybe we should keep our eye on and pencil in to watch during the season.
Well, I hate to leave anybody out because I'm really extremely proud of the whole class. You know, Coach Raven Justice, my recruiting coordinator, along with Leah Foster and associate head coach Wade Sky, have done a phenomenal job collectively. You know, to put this, you know, between ranked 22nd in the country to 40th in the country. But the kids, I think you really have to. I mean, Jessica Palmer's as good as anybody. She's just got to be that next level player on the defensive side and offensive side. Bianca Winslow has that famous name of former Cougar great Ricky Winslow. Marsha Emerson, I think she's going to be absolutely phenomenal, long, athletic. The Gilbert twins will I think, have a chance to put their signature in the foundation of Houston women's basketball for a long time. Alicia Smith she may be the next Porsche, which is a huge compliment to her.
Right.
But she knows one speed and one speed only, and she works so just unbelievably hard. Very proud of Yasmin Thompson, 6'2" junior college kid via Paris Junior College down in Texas, as well as Tiana Campbell. She's All-American Junior College via New Mexico Junior College, and she has been as advertised. She is a specimen of an athlete, and just a lot of times in this business you see great athletes, great players, but you don't always see them with the work ethic that you would like.
Right.
She brings all the above. She is the epitome of hard work.
One final question. This may be a little deep, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What did you learn about yourself last year? I mean, here's all this adversity coming at you. You don't want to change who you are, your coaching style, but you probably learned something from last season.
To appreciate the high moments, the good moments, the wins, taste them for a little bit longer. Take time to really let it soak in and enjoy the good moments and the great moments and really the teaching part of it, which I still to this day enjoy tremendously. But I think that's the things that that you learn through those things, because we're in such a "what have you done for me lately? I've got to do this now" society mentality.
Right.
To where I think that's what it is. For lack of a better cliche, stop and smell the roses a little more often, I think, is probably what I learned the most, and as well as never stop learning. We had to put all of our heads together and our hearts together, and find a way. And as crazy as it sounds, with the depletion of players, to win some of the games that we won was a tremendous compliment to not only my staff but to our players that hung in there with us.
I wish you the best of luck this year, and please have your girls stay healthy, Todd.
I greatly appreciate that.
All right, take care then.